Hey, what up everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you talking about Sacrifice 2014. This pay-per-view makes a return after 2 years. Basically, they didn't do it last year. That's just basically about it. You know, when TNA basically said they were going to cut back on their pay-per-views, I really didn't think that they were going to be, coming at us as fast as they once were. It seemed like, it was ages in between Bound for Glory and the last pay-per-view that they ran, which was... Shit, I can't remember what the hell the last pay-per-view they did was, but it doesn't seem like it's that long ago. You have Sacrifice on Sunday, and then right up around the corner from there is going to be Slammiversary, which is probably in July, I believe. So it just seems like now the pay-per-views are just like bam, 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 coming at us like crazy. Of course, everybody knows about the big main event is going to be Magnus going up against Eric Young for the World Heavyweight Championship, and Eric Young is your champion if you haven't been following TNA as of late. But, basically, to me, this is weird. Basically, when it comes down to it, there's one match that I really care about on the whole card. It's Robert Roode going up against Bully Ray in a tables match. Of course, everybody knows now that Bully Ray is away from Aces and Eights. He's one of the baby faces of the company, trying to make sure that MVP stays, in control and Dixie stays out of it, and he's, fighting back and forth with Dixie. If he could have a match with Dixie on this pay-per-view, if there was a way to do it, I'm sure that would be the match, but it seems that Bobby Roode is a man that's going to stand up for Dixie and be in this match. If it comes down to anything else on here, it's sad to say, I don't care about Eric Young as champion. I don't care about James Jordan as the heel taking out Gunner in an I Quit match. The American Wolves, or the Wolves as they're known as TNA, they're going up. They might win the tag titles against the Bromans. I just really don't see that happening. It's just not really a match that I just really don't care about. I want to see the Wolves have better matches. Basically, if there was a way that we could find out if they would turn heel or Kurt Angle would turn heel, able to have a match with them, I would care about it. But, I've seen the Wolves fight the Bromans, it seems like 500 times since they debuted in TNA. I know that they like to keep a lower, roster of people. They don't have guys flowing in there like they once did. They keep a low number of guys. But anybody else for the Wolves to fight. For guys to come in with this big old, huge cloud around them that they're going to be the guys that take TNA, to the place they once were. They love sticking up against Robbie E. And it just doesn't make sense to me. I know that, they're doing this whole chase for the title. They didn't want to give him to him right off the bat, and they shouldn't have had him win and lose on house shows. But maybe they'll win the titles. I'm not 100% sure. I'm just really surprised by looking at this, that, this is you can order this on pay-per-view. It's going to cost you $35. After you pay your taxes on your cable bill, you're probably going to be paying closer to $40. And I'm talking with $40, that's able to pay with 4 months of a WWE network. I know it's hard to put these guys against each other, and I'm not, trying to downgrade TNA, because I have the same doubts about ROH going to, the pay-per-view. It's a huge gamble for any wrestling people not to be following in the footsteps of WWE. TNA, I will give it to them. They had an on-demand network set up online. Although you can't get it on your Xbox, you can't get it on your PlayStation, you can't get it on your Apple TV, you can put it on your Kindle and you can Airstream it, this, that, and the other. It's only a few dollars a month. It's one of the best bargains in wrestling that a lot of people don't know about. How they don't know how to transition to get their pay-per-views onto that on-demand network and get that on-demand network up there. They've had the WWE network for years, and they've never really counteracted about it. It was almost like Classics on Demand. When it came out, it was the big rage, and then as it went out, less and less people had it, less and less people talked about it. I don't know. It's just me. I'm just saying that the on demand for TNA is a steal. It's only a few bucks a month. How they haven't figured out how to basically, I want to say copy WWE's idea, but basically WWE stole from them and just found out how to do a live stream. And they don't have to go for the cable companies anymore for their pay-per-views. But I'm saying, the price of this, you can pay for 4 months of the WWE network. You can get WrestleMania, Extreme Rules, you can get Payback, and you can get Money in the Bank. That's this in the next 3 months, I guess you could say. WrestleMania 30 already blows you out of the water. So basically, TNA looks like they're just a step back right now. And I got no clue why anybody would step up to the table to pay for this card. Like I said, there's only one real match. I watched TNA for the one reason I like to watch wrestling on Thursdays. It's the only wrestling that's out there. I mean, I like Legends House. I forgot about it last night, but we'll go on from there. You know, everything's on demand on the WWE Network. Basically, you know, the Wolves are going to fight the Bromans. I can see the Wolves winning, but I don't think they hype this up again on Impact as the Wolves finally getting their title run, finally getting their big, you know, ta-da! I just don't see it, so I'm going to pick the Bromans in that one. They have a committed match. We got to see Samuel Shaw's house. We got to see his mom, the hot redheaded MILF she is with the pearl necklace. We got to see that Sam Shaw lived down in the basement, that he eats an apple pie every day. And, I don't know. Basically, in the end of this match, I can see Sam Shaw beating Mr. Anderson. Anderson got the win on the last pay-per-view. I can see Sam Shaw, you know, getting Mr. Anderson committed. Once he's committed, you know, the people in the Nut House find a way to convince Mr. Anderson that he's crazy. And next thing you know, you got two-man power trip, Anderson and Sam Shaw on the same team, both chasing Christine Hemme around, both causing havoc. Maybe they can be the guys that step up to fight the Wolves after this. We have Angelina against Madison. I can see Madison, you know, basically losing the title. Angelina picking up the win. As you can see, TNA basically thinks that it's 2010 again. They're pushing the beautiful people like they did when they gave them the main event during the Monday Night Wars. Angelina's going to basically lose the title. No, not Angelina, fuck me. Madison's going to lose the title basically because she's a bitch. She can't work with any of the other girls there. The girls are trying to help her, and she doesn't want their help, and she's yelling at them. I don't understand how she's a babyface, but I can see the beautiful people taking the title from there in a big match. I mean, I'm not saying this is going to be. I think when it all comes down, the X Division title match, Sonata going up against Tiger Uno. Of course, this is match 3 in a best of 3 series. It all comes down to this. I can see Sonata pulling out the win here, being a great X Division champion. I can see this is a match that when it's all said and done, when people make their reviews on Sunday, people say, I'm glad that I got this show for this match. To me, I just don't think this match is enough to put it up to make me care about these guys, to make me say, I'm going to put money behind this to make sure I see this. So Sonata to win that match. From here we go to the I Quit match. We'll go James Storm against Gunner. Of course, everybody knows about the new attitude of James Storm being the new heel, hanging out with Bobby Roode again, you know, basically having a... they're not beer money, but they're beer money together. You know, every time you see these guys together, you're going to be like, yeah, beer, money. And, we're all going to be all fired up. I want to see Gunner win this match. They really want to get behind this guy. They really want to make some fresh blood. Maybe I can see Eric Young losing to Magnus to jump ahead. Maybe Gunner will become that #1 contender again for Slammiversary. Maybe he'll be the guy who really beats Magnus on pay-per-view in the more memorable match and becoming the champion. We've all seen the stories about who Gunner is, the guy who fought for our country and did everything he could do. Storm, I love you. I just don't want to pick you in this match. I'll pick Bully Ray to lose the tables match to Bobby Roode. Of course, with TNA, it seemed like the heels need to be on top, so I'll take the heel in that one. Then we go to the tag title match, Kurt Angle and Willow, in a waste of a match. How you can waste Kurt Angle. There's been so many times that when it came down to it at the end, you just say, you know, Kurt Angle was in a match that didn't mean anything. But at the end of the day, they stole the show on the pay-per-view. I don't see how you can steal the show when you put him up against guys like EC3 and Spud. Spud's a great guy on TV to have a good wrestling promo. To make you laugh, to make you, say like, oh, the guy's gonna get his ass kicked. But I just don't see why you want to see this guy get his ass kicked on pay-per-view. EC3's in that same boat. Willow is the guy that I thought was gonna be fun when he first came in. But at the same time, I was scratching my head about what the hell they're doing with this guy. I don't know. Willow and Angle to get the win here, I hope. And then you have the main event, Eric Young going up against Magnus. Of course, I already talked about this for like 5-6 minutes the other day in another video. If you want to go more in-depth about it, go check that one out. I'll try and put it in the description box below. Magnus to get the win, just try to make TNA look a little bit more respectable and have a real champion on top. Hopefully when he has this run, hopefully he'll beat guys on Impact. He won't be the paper champion. Everybody knows that more than likely Abyss is coming down there to help them. Why they did that storyline on Thursday, I got no idea. If they really think that people are going to have sympathy for Abyss, I can see them coming up with a big master plan. All right, this is what we're going to do. We're say Abyss is going to get fired if he doesn't beat Magnus. Then Magnus hits him in the nuts, causes the DQ. So basically, Abyss took a shot in the nuts for the team. So basically, he gets to keep his job. It doesn't mean that he has to be a good guy. He still sides with Magnus because Magnus still has the money. And that's why Abyss was doing what he's doing. Abyss comes down even though Eric Young beat him in the Monsters Ball match. He causes the big distraction. Magnus gets the win. We get to go to another Eric Young versus Abyss match. And maybe we get to finally find out what the whole, storyline with Joseph Park was about. But that's your TNA Sacrifice event lineup. Your predictions. We'll kick it off, and we'll come back with the review stuff on Sunday night. So there you go. Boom, boom, boom. The 2-punch UFC TNA weekend. Peace out.